Okay, not the vibe I was going for. So, I read this extremely interesting article, and it is about the metaverse. I'm super intrigued by the explanations that I'm hearing, that I'm receiving, the downloads that I see, the visions that I have. And I see this separation. I see this people going into the metaverse, the ones that are like glued to their phones, sucked in, like we're literally being sucked into a virtual reality. And then I see a group of people going another direction and sort of entering a metaverse in a more organic, natural way. I see this physical world crumbling as we know it, and us entering a space where, yeah, it's more virtual. It's more, like we're playing an avatar because we just become more aware that we are playing an avatar. There's something really weird going on because if the way I'm going to read this article, I'm going to break it down and give this perspective, and then I'm going to do some tarot to see if I can pull from the ether, some visions, because I'm feeling the pull. So I just want to share this space of study and see what I can come up with here. So I'm going to pull up my email. Okay. My eyes are it's a little bright, the light. that's okay. So you might live in this world, but soon enough, there will be others to populate. No, we're not talking about Mars. Sorry, Elon. Enter the metaverse, the hottest topic of 2021. Sometime this year, between the third and whatever pandemic wave we are on now, the latest tech buzz has got the usual suspects. So Facebook, Meta, Microsoft, and the whole Silicon Valley branch coming around the block for a piece of the action, but smaller players are making a move too. But what exactly is all of this metaverse hype about? For starters, defining the metaverse is a big ask. We can all agree that there's been plenty of yada yada, but at the end of the day, who would be able to explain to your grandpa over Sunday roast what a metaverse really is? So, since we're talking about something that doesn't exist yet, it can get confusing. Let's keep it simple. A metaverse is a shared virtual space that is hyper realistic, immersive, and interactive, thanks to the use of augmented reality and virtual reality technology. And also thanks to the imaginations and the consciousness of the human being to create these technologies. Let's not forget, these are the virtual reality, and the technology is a creation from the already organic space of mind that we have access to. There can be several virtual worlds inside of a metaverse where people can engage in a wide range of activities that are the result of a mix between physical and digital. Kind of like what we have now. Instead of staring at a screen like you do now, in a metaverse, you'll be able to be installed. Like, I'm so sorry. So there's like bright lights in my eyes. So reading this is a little bit difficult. Let me lift it up. All right, so instead of staring at a screen like you do now, in a metaverse, you'll be able to be inside all your online experiences like shopping, meeting friends and family, going to a concert, and even getting official paperwork done. The metaverse has several major advantages over what you're currently getting for your screen time. But doing a lot of that lately, we're guilty of that too. So we're going to go from us staring at our phones to us living inside of a virtual reality is the description. And I'm not saying that's far from being possible, or that there's not something like that that can be positive and progressive for our evolution. But I'm just curious, like, are we going to eat healthy in there too? Are we going to get sunlight? What about our physical bodies? Because if we just incorporate our consciousness into a virtual reality, what does that do for our physical experience on Earth? That's just a question I have. The metaverse, I'm like a superhero because I'm telling you, the lights, I can't even see what I'm reading, but somehow I'm reading it. The metaverse has several major advantages over what you're currently getting for your screen time. But so it all boils down to incorporating your day-to-day activities into a highly interactive platform that lets you get more done in one single place. This idea has been around for a while, and then it goes on to talk about like some since 1992. I mean, like, who cares? Okay, so boundless as a 3D virtual space, kind of like we're in now. The metaverse eliminates all types of barriers, physical or otherwise. It's an endless space where there are no limits to how many people can use it at the same time, what types of activities can take place, what industries can enter it, etc. It widens accessibility more than current internet platforms. Persistent. A metaverse can't be unplugged, reboot, or reset. Users can enter it freely at any time from anywhere in the world. And in doing so, there's always continuity to their experience. A metaverse will evolve over time based on the shared contributions of its users, like the content and experience designed by them. Sounds like this dream hallucination space that we're in right now. This idea that we should live in this particular way sounds like a circle that we're going back in time and doing something we've done already. Decentralized. The metaverse isn't owned by a corporation or a single platform, but by all of its users, who can also take control over their private data. Blockchain technology is a big part of this because it ensures that all transactions within a virtual world are public, easily tracked, and safe at all times. Immersive. Whether you're using a VR headset, AR glasses, or just your smartphone, you'll be able to enter a new level of immersion. Ooh, stay away from that. Immersion. And you'll be able to enter a new level of immersion and interactivity where all humans' senses are more fully engaged and users feel more present in their experience. As a highly realistic space, the metaverse will also have the capacity to adapt to its users who can directly influence, for example, its environment, objects, colors, lighting, and more. Again, I literally keep hearing the collective reality that we have already manifested, this virtual reality dream space that we're already lost in, and this idea that we can try to copy or clone nature in its organic space as it is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm having déjà vu. I'm coming back into the time when I created all time and space as we know it. And I'm having this memory of, oh my gosh, guys, this is why we're lost. We're lost in this time loop that we've created, this virtual reality. We're a paradise that we've destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. The beating heart of the metaverse. Oh wait, I skipped. Virtual economies. Metaverse participants are able to engage in decentralized virtual economies powered by cryptocurrencies. Hey, I like that. This includes marketplaces where users can buy, sell, and exchange items like digital assets like avatars, virtual clothing, NFTs, and event tickets. That's starting to make sense why NFTs are so expensive, because people are buying. Someone showed me an NFT today and they were kind of showing me what it was. Well, it made perfect sense. Leave it, chakra. Leave it. Chakra. Leave it. Leave it. It made perfect sense because the NFT, the vision, I'm at work. He shows me the NFT. the vision I get is us buying suits, you know, like when you go into a game and then you put on a suit, right? These are what they're trying to sell us. But what's so creepy is there's also this polarity being shown to me that we have access to this, and there are people tapping in through, it's like through the back door. Like, this is our space. It's already created. It's like being modified, but I'm not going to go too deep into that. The beating heart of the metaverse boils down to its users. Every participant in a virtual world takes part in co-experiences and helps co-create the future of the metaverse. Through user-generated content, from virtual creations to personal stories and interactions with AI-driven avatars. In truth, metaverse-like experiences have existed before Facebook's most recent meta rebranding. Earlier, iterations can be found in games like Second Life and The Sims, where users are in control over their life of their online avatars, which anyone that's ever played a video game or has gotten obsessed or drawn in or amazed at the ability to make something seem so real, it's not too far to say that we've done that in a time before, where we're now stuck in this space where we forgot that we created this space. We're remembering. A true metaverse is a continuous experience integrating elements from different platforms and audiences into one. Now that we have this part nailed down, what else can make the metaverse tick? Crypto makes the metaverse go round. Good to hear. Anything can happen inside the metaverse, and we mean anything, because in part, nobody really knows what the future holds. For now, gaming and entertainment are at the forefront of the race, as they have the most developed infrastructures that can be adopted in a virtual world and evolve within it. A big contributing factor to this has to do with their virtual economies, like Roblox, Axie Infinity, or Fortnite. Roblox and Fortnite are massively embedded in the consciousness of the young kids, the kids that were born in the 2010 to 2000 and now, wherever we are in this timeline. Roblox and Fortnite are so profound in the collective idea that we get online and connect with people from all over and interact and have an experience, a video game experience. That's so embedded. So there's something very powerful there. I'm not 100% sure about what's trying to be shown to me, but it's profitable. It's profitable, and it's a sort of luring, manipulative brainwashing technique. And I don't know if it's negative. I'm just saying lure, like it has to do with getting into the mind space and drawing you in. These Metaverse platforms have found extreme success, not just on the back of their entertainment offerings, but also for their thriving marketplaces where users can buy, sell, or exchange items in return for native tokens like V-Bucks or AXS. All of these digital native spaces rely on a thriving virtual economy to create new assets like NFTs, experiences, and activities, which has helped lay the blueprint for the economics of Metaverse. Do what we all need to do. Drink water. Drink more water. Will do. Okay. There's no sense in living a metaverse. This is where I really got tripped up. There's no sense in living a metaverse if there isn't an economy that can't support the activities and financial ambitions of its users. And so creating value that can easily monetize is a crucial element of any virtual world. Remember, all types of activities can take place inside the metaverse, and users need to an incentive strong enough to want to enter and stay in it. Competition, scarcity, supply, and demand, those are the real world economics that speak to any of us. Blockchain-based currencies allow all assets inside the metaverse to be easily and securely created, exchanged, shared, and tracked, potentially allowing items to be seamlessly moved by its users across worlds of meta destinations. And yeah, we're going to skip that part. At the end of the day, the metaverse equals big money. By some estimates, the annual revenue opportunity for virtual worlds could be worth as much as $1 trillion across segments like advertising, digital events, and e-commerce. So what do I see the metaverse being? A huge glowing neon light virtual reality, right? Where we can get in and feel. This is why we're getting high. I don't even need the cards. I'm telling you, this is like coming. So in the metaverse, it's literally like flashing lights, like buy here, do this. It's mesmerizing. It's absolutely amazing. Like I've done 2 videos that describe something, 3 that there's a crypto video. One I did a while back about video games and virtual reality, and then the more recent one, Free Guy, where we get into this virtual reality, and I'm seeing it. There's streets. It looks like New York City on crack, Japan steroids, and we get into these spaces. But what happens is our physical body, which has something to do with our chakra, move. Our physical body has something to do with our connectivity. And it's like we're going to have access to this without it's like they're selling a water to a fish. This is already a part of who we are. We've just been disconnected from it. And now they're like, look what we discovered. Look what we created here. Enter here. But no, it's like already in here. That's the thing. It's like they're selling what we already have in our brains. And our physical body, there's something important about why would they do it? You know, what's the profit? Why does it need to be profitable? What's the value? There's something behind it we're not seeing. The value of something. Like if we're all plugged into something, what is that power? Is there some sort of energy currency, a current of energy being exchanged? Like why do we need to be plugged into the metaverse? And here it goes on to say, buckle up, we're going meta. So you've decided to take the red pill and see how far the metaverse rabbit hole really goes. Now what? Well, for starters, you need hardware. The good news is that you don't need to go out and buy a blah, 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 blah. A phone is great for a sneak peek, but for the full experience, you might want to consider purchasing a VR headset. Or, if you aren't willing to go all the way in, a pair of AR smart glasses. Again, the things we just mentioned. So it goes on to talk about picking the right headset to get into the metaverse, how you're going to get in through certain companies. And again, at some point in time, we were free. And they said, in order to cross this invisible line, you need a birth certificate, a social security card, and a driver's license. And now, all these invisible borders are what keep us entrapped in a certain location that says we are this, we are that, we are separated. These invisible things, they're saying, hey, it's going to be so amazing. It's going to be so profitable to buy into this. But at the same time, what are we selling? What are we giving in exchange energetically for this amazing experience? And I'm someone who's sitting on the fence. I'm going to look at both sides. I'm not just going to be closing the door. I'm not fearful of what it's going to do to me, because I'm going to critically think and make a balanced decision and not be steered, by shiny things. I have to be able to think clearly and logically, but also live in passion and do what my heart says. Um, bum, bum. Sorry, some of this is just so boring that you can read if you want. So, we got us all working online. You got everybody. It's like we're ducks in a row, lined up, ready to go. You can make new friends and earn a lot of money. That's why, these games likely to attract the most users to the metaverse. Having a decentralized economy at its core, strong social network. So they're drawing people in with a decentralized economy and a strong social network. Entertainment, downtime can soon look very different in the metaverse, from socializing with real-life users and making friends with AI-driven avatars, to watching your favorite performers headline a mind-blowing virtual concert. The metaverse hypes entertainment to a new level. What kind of entertainment? What is actually going on here? How are people going to get paid? Who benefits off of this? What is the greed behind this? Are the powers, the controllers behind there pulling the puppet strings? Are they going to be in the metaverse? What is the healthy boundary here? Where's the balance? I feel like this is just pulling us in deeply to the point where, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a lot. It says, in addition to its music dedicated world, it's also going to consist of additional content hubs, including a world for meditation and self-actualization practices. I mean, to someone like me, that sounds appealing. I can go meditate in the metaverse. I can self-actualize and learn these programs through virtual reality. It's just strange. That's all. Seems like we're getting fed something, or something's being... It's just a little weird how they're dropping it on us. We went from shut the whole world down to enter the metaverse. What? Real estate. Feeling the rent crunch, can't buy a house, there's no clear way out of the rat race. While real world real estate might be out of reach, buying a plot of virtual land, on the other hand, could make you very rich. Just a few days ago, Decentraland, is that real? Broke yet another metaverse record after a virtual estate sold for $2.4 million. Who can buy into this? I don't know. Just the billion and millionaires, okay? So you can buy yachts and with DJ booths and exotic real estate. This is all happening while we've got obesity, mass disease, pandemics. 5G sucks. Not saying it sucks, but in general, our understanding of the psyche, the oceans, we don't have much awareness of anything, but we're jumping our consciousness into a metaverse that we can virtually do anything we want for a price. Strange. Just sounds strange. So they'd go and talk about when, it's probably going to be about 10 years, but that is what it is. When timelines are talked about, you never really know. So I want to do some tarot because I don't usually give too much energy or time to things like this, because I have to know we all need to be aware to a degree of what's going on around us. But there's something real weird about this metaverse thing. It's just, I've felt in my heart for some time that something like this was coming. But I honestly, I'm a little shocked that it's here. I'm a little shocked that it's here. But the fork in the road that I'm really at is how many people are going to believe it. Like, how many people? It's crazy. So I'm just going to slow it down a little bit, because tarot, meditation, this stuff doesn't move fast. It's not fast. There's no reason to go fast. We're chilling. We're trying to connect to, this consciousness without an artificial plug. You don't need to artificially be plugged in. We have the ability to tap in and experience heaven where we are. Why do they want to pull us into that space? Ace of Inspiration. Okay. The Star, they both have, it's a lot of orange. So I'm seeing our sacral chakra energy, our root chakra energy is very connected to this space that we have created. And how's that trying to come through? So we're really connected. It has something to do with pulling our consciousness into, there's something really, like there's a strong current. There's a value to our consciousness. Being plugged in makes us vulnerable. There's a lot inside. So I'm seeing, this is far out there, I'm seeing our conscious minds sending this like energetic field out into the universe, and that field of energy being controlled by something outside of ourselves. So it's taking control of our ability to choose our own consciousness. Ace, and then the 2. It goes from the 1 to the 2, and in the middle is the Star. Taking action. It's like they're closing in, needing to take action. 6 of Voices. 6 of Voices with the moon on the bottom. And here, I have been encouraged lately to move slow and to just be 100% authentic, because we're moving so fast that it's hard to see clearly. It's hard to really understand what we're doing and saying. There's a lot of power right here. We've got the Ace of Inspiration with the 2 of Swords. So it's like not wanting to see this exciting creative path that we can take, because the other way is easier. They're going to show us an easy way, but there's a cost. We're trying to balance we're balancing fear and love, between what we love and dream for and what we fear. We have it reversed. We have it backwards. It has a lot to do with working together. Ace of Cups. Wow. We are literally at a crossroads consciously, like our consciousness is at a fork in the road. There are many of us that are going to go left and many of us that are going to go right. And this split. Oh, wow. To some, one direction, it's going to be a lot of hard work, a lot of rough and tough energy, because you're not looking clearly at what's in front of you. So in one direction, it's not a clear path, but it seems exciting. It's very exciting. It's very like let me try. I want to do it. Like a carnival, you want to. Don't do that. Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords. That's a lot of freaking aces. 1, 2, 3. And I was talking about clarity. Nine of Cups. One side is... Oh, wow. So there's one side that's free, and there's one side that's like... I don't want to say slave. I'm sorry, it's hard to see. I don't fully see it. I don't fully see it. A lot of cards throughout. Page of Swords. Temperance, balance. This is a lot of big energy. This is a lot of big energy. So I'm going to get one more card here. Thank you. Nine of Pentacles. That did want to come out. That was one of the first ones that flipped there. With the Six of Wands. Okay. So we are starting a new path, going in either direction. Some of us are driven by fear. Some of us are driven by love, by hope, by our dreams and our aspirations. Some by fear, following overly rational. Some of us are staying in the hallucination, and some of us are breaking free of the hallucination. Some of us are entering our God minds, our space where we can see clearly the wheels that we've been spinning on. And then we're able to break free from the indecision of whether we stay in our comfort zone. Some of us are staying in the comfort zone, and some of us are moving past what we're comfortable of perceiving. Some of us are open, our hearts are open and willing to digest what's happening, what's changing, what's evolving organically, naturally. And some of us aren't ready for that. So that's the grand separation. Some are going to be, how do I say that? So some of us, I see some people like begging for water, and then I see some people giving water. Begging and giving water. I don't really understand. I don't fully understand. So some people are thirsty and hungry and starving for nourishment. And that's the high. The sale is the high that you'll receive, that you'll get from this ego that you get to create. And then some will be being the conductors of this fulfillment. So it's like some people are going to become creators with their own conductors of energy to pour out the water, pour out the emotions, the love, the passion and joy into the creation, while others are going to be starving for it. Moving away from, and again, I see some people moving away from, it's like people are separating. It's so weird to describe. Six of Wands and the Moon. Oh, wow. And it's right there underneath. That's so crazy. Queen of Wands. Yeah. There's a lot of shifting and moving happening. The best thing to do is to stay as balanced as we can and hold on to our dreams. Let go of our fears. Our fears are keeping our minds trapped in old programs and habits that don't suit our evolved version of ourselves. So if we can somehow manifest a reality where we are living our dreams, living in a space of hope and desire for passionate, creative adventures, living in spontaneity and enjoying the newness of life that is all around us, that's where the gold is. I just want to say, how could we create something? Are we trying to create something more beautiful than what we have? Saying that what we have is already so beautiful that we want something more beautiful? Or are we saying what we have, it's kind of falling apart, I'm kind of falling apart, maybe we should just escape into this virtual world and leave that world to die and to decay? But everything internally is an external projection. Like, if we aren't taking care of ourselves, I can only imagine what level we would stop taking care of ourselves in a virtual world. If we're having a hard time competing with each other and, thinking everyone is better, we're having a hard time with self-love and being comfortable with who we are. There's so much out there to see and to see flaws within ourselves. I can only imagine what we're going to think about our image, about who we are, if we're projecting ourselves into a virtual reality to the point where we don't have time to maintain this physical form. It's so odd to me. I don't know where this is going, but I think that's a good place to stop. And yeah, we're going to have to definitely dive into the metaverse some more. But that's what I have today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.